Hi everyone. At my age, I finally bit the bullet and bought myself a home. Um, it is not a large place. It's a condo that's about 1,100 square feet, even though I really think that it's less than that after measuring everything. And of course, as you move into a new place that's actually someone else's new place, you find all kinds of things that you would like to change. One of those things for me is these black cabinets that you see partially stripped behind me here. Black just does not suit me at all. And the paint that was used over this beautiful wood stain and polyurethane is a black latex paint. And if you know anything about paint chemistry, latex paint doesn't stick very well to anything oil-based underneath it. So we're going to strip off as much of this black paint as we can get, scrape it down, sand it down, and we're going to then paint over with an enamel. But first we're going to do a couple layers of Kills, because if you need some good primer, Kills is your good oil-based primer. I've picked out a beautiful color from Sherwin-Williams. I think the color's called Embellished Blue. It's kind of a pale aqua-ish, and if you know me, you know it's perfect. And I bumped into an issue trying to remove some paint from this window here. Getting paint off trim is hard. Getting paint off very sensitive, delicate 45-year-old trim is even harder. But I wanted to make sure that when I started, I had a very good base to work with when I began painting my cabinet, so that my paint would not bubble or flake or peel or come off. And so I'm going to show you guys how to get a latex paint off a polyurethane sealer. Hold on and we'll zoom you in so that you can see the very close up and what I'm doing. Okay guys, bear with me here. The light's not perfect, but I think that you'll get a very good idea of what's going on here when I show you what I've been doing. So I just have a sponge here, and I am wiping along the edges of the trim in a bucket. Try not to get too much of the stuff in your sink if you can help it. And you see, if you see along here, you can actually see some things starting to kind of beat up and pill up there. And you're thinking, I'm sure, well, what do you got on that sponge that is working so well to be that kind of solvent for this? You're not going to believe me when I tell you this, but it's hot water. It's just hot water. Because when you try to paint a water-based paint over an oil-based finish, it's going to repel that finish, and you're never going to be able to get that to stick. So I've just run over it with some hot water. It's hot water. I mean, it's not scalding water, but it's pretty hot. And then I'm going to show you, I'm just going to just use a little tiny bit over here to this section that I haven't really worked on yet. And this is just a piece of copper steel wool that I bought at the dollar store. And you just very gently start scraping. And as you scrape, the paint will start to peel up. I am astonished at how well this worked. I actually found that on the internet myself, even as a painter's daughter. My beloved father's been dead for 25 years, and so there were secrets I didn't have. What I have now is just a small, it's not even sharp, it's pretty blunt, just a small scraping tool, which you may also need for this kind of project. But be very gentle with your wet wood, because you will peel up some sections if you're not careful. And just scrape over that, and eventually, and when I say eventually, I mean it doesn't take long. You're going to have bare wood. Well, you're going to probably have your polyurethane coat under there. For me, I think I am scratching up a little bit below that poly coat. And so I'm getting basically bare wood here. I will do a double check with some stripper to see what sort of situation we have under that when I'm finished. But if you look, I mean, it's coming up like you would not believe. And that is a great solution for removing a water-based paint from an oil-based finish that was underneath it. It's not dangerous, it's not messy, and it's not expensive. As much as I love Citrus Strip for what it is, it can be really messy and really expensive and get that way really quick. I did use the Citrus Strip for some of the cabinet facings because I wanted to make sure that I was down to bare wood. And after, 45 years of fingerprints and gunk from kitchens, and I'm not sure how well the cabinets were cleaned before they were painted this black color. And so I just wanted to make sure that I was getting something that I could work with some level of reliability. And so if you see here, you basically get a pretty good clean finish there on your wood. I will of course go over and sand that to make sure that it's really good and smooth, and then clean it really good with probably denatured alcohol before I go ahead and paint over that with that oil-based primer and then my enamel paint. Thanks for watching, you guys.